Good morning, everyone. If you haven't done so yet, I hope you'll vote today if you're in the United States. We will see you in about 30 seconds. Five, four, three, two, one. Here we go.
3, 2, 1, live. Cool.
Ooh, there we go. Welcome back, Fun Fam. And if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to follow the Bradley's Fun. My name is Ron E. Bradley, and I hope that wherever you are, you're having a phenomenal day. Tuesday, November the 5th, 2024, Election Day here in the United States. Wow. You know what? You're going to have to bear with me here. Well, no, wait, I'll go get it in just a second. I will go get it in just. I got something I got to show on the camera, but I got my America shirt on today. How's everybody doing out there? How is everybody doing? Is everybody on edge? Are you excited? Are you worried? Are you? I mean, it's funny because I'm looking at my monitors over here and I'm already getting a political ad. And I think it's a pro. It's using Trump for a pro pot ad. I don't know that he's got bigger things to concern himself with. So I'm definitely against, and have already voted for it, and voted against Prop 3, Amendment 3 to the Constitution in Florida, the state of Florida. I guess I want to run down and welcome everybody and praying fervently. Nita says, welcome, Nita, to the chat. Welcome everybody in. Let me get everybody here. Welcoming in everybody. Little Mouse 27, a little nervous today. Deep breaths. Why? Because of the election. Country will either be saved or lost, I fear. Yes, you know what? We are a resilient country, and I have to try and believe that no matter what happens, we as the American people will be resilient. We'll do our best. We'll survive. I've tried to look at it as we know what the last 3.5 years have been like, and for many, many people, the last 3.5 years have sucked. Okay, they really haven't been nearly as great as they could be. for other people, I suppose some people have thrived. Like, for example, if you look down in the shower and that doesn't help you figure things out, you're great the last 3.5 years. Yeah. If you look down and you go, I don't know what that is. I'm confused. I feel like something else. You're probably great the last 3.5 years. Yeah. And Texas could be saved or lost today. Texas, my dad lives in Texas. I don't know what's going on in Texas, nor do I know what's going on with my hat. Anyway, Erica, I sent you a link if you want to join in the show over on X. So if you check your X, I sent you a link and an invitation, open invitation to join the show today, because I really don't have I don't have like an article or anything to share, at least not yet. I might go look for one, but basically today is all about just chatting with you guys, my audience. I love you guys. As I always like to say, you're the energon that makes this guy transform and roll out. By the way, I should ask, can you guys hear me okay? Let me check my audio over here. By the way, I should ask, can you guys hear me okay? Yeah, okay, good. I have put my microphone in a different place now. My microphone is now below me instead of over here to the side. So that's probably going to change a lot of things. Anyway, welcome in Erica and Raf. Rhonda H is here, and Little Mouse 27 says, hi, Rhonda. Hi, Erica and Raf. Jeremy H is also here. Hello, Jeremy. Remember the 5th of November. Hello, Little Mouse 27. So, Little Mouse, are you in Texas? Is that where you're chatting from? Let me know in the chat. Bonfire Night. And this is me. I said click that like on the way in. Just Nita is here. America. OCDD 93 says good morning. There is a song. Oh gosh, I don't think I have it in my computer, and I don't know if I could transfer it too easily because of the way I'm set up here. But there's a song I would love to play, and it's called. Okay, never mind. It's from a show that I was in called Celebrate America. And it's about immigrants coming to here, to the country, legally immigrating back at the turn of the last century, 1900 to 1899 to 1900. It's going to be a great day. Americans are awake and aware, and regardless of who wins, we're all going to work together to save our country. We're overdue. That is true. We need to save the country because the country's going in a direction I don't love it. Good morning, Mr. Fulton Moran says, good morning, USA. I got a feeling it's going to be a wonderful day. The sun is in the sky, has a smiling face shining as a salute to the American race. Good morning, USA. Good morning, America, U.S. My beautiful wife is in the house. Yay! And Jeremy says, hello, Mr. Fulton in Virginia. And Virginia says, hello to Jeremy. Ron, we need to pray for our country. At 6:00 p.m. last night, I said a prayer for this country. I should kneel more. I used to kneel a lot when I was a missionary. I don't kneel as much anymore. Just Nina says, Virginia, buenos dias, U.S. Going Shogi is in the house. Going Shogi, I got something special for you. It's actually for all the audience, but it's especially for you because you have dropped the most memberships, and it's a special celebration. You'll see it in just a minute. On Edge, we all see the cheating already. I know. Virginia today is my youngest daughter's first time voting. She's excited. She always went with us to vote. That's cool. Very cool. And, my wife has not always been an American citizen. I believe she gained her citizenship in 2009. So congratulations to her for doing it the right way from Venezuela and legally immigrating to this country. legally. Praying fervently. Nita's praying fervently. Good afternoon. Follow the Bradleys in chat. Good luck today. Prop 3. There's a prop 3 in Missouri. What's the prop 3 there? Very good, Jeremy. She might be excited. I would like to go to vote with my husband and son. And yes, so I voted early so that I could make sure I could be with our son while Virginia goes to vote inside the precinct. I'll show you pictures in just a minute. Erica, if you're out there and you want to join in. I'm going to get barbecue, my favorite place, and a cupcake, volunteering at the polls and Poll Observer, and I'm very observant. That is good, especially there in North Carolina. Hennessy Harris has Cardi B on her side to be her voice and win all the votes. You know what's funny is Cardi B was very... What did they do to Cardi B? Cardi B was very adamant that she wasn't going to take sides until this very last minute. They clearly wrote her a check. She is bought and paid for. Texas will stay red. Because you know why? Because God blessed Texas with his own hand, brought down angels from the promised land, gave them a place where they could dance. If you want to see heaven, baby, here's your chance. I've been sent to spread the message. God bless Texas. That guy, I can't even remember his name, but he's very, very nice. Timothy, I think. Sing this song. Excuse me. When you cough, cover with your elbow, not your hand, please. Worst years ever. First generation to be in the worst shape than the one before. I know. My gosh. Audio and video are good 100%. Oh my gosh, I got a lot of new comments. New celebration. Oh my goodness. Todo bien. So much rain last night. Schools are shut down. Aha, snow day. Celebration. Yes, a very special celebration for just this. For just this stream today. Today we have a special celebration. I'm going to show it to you, and then I'm not going to use it again unless we get some supers or some PayPals or some member drops or any of that kind of stuff, okay? Diddy Ron, she's tied to the Diddy scandal. Oh, okay, that's what it is. That makes sense. That makes sense. Everybody that's tied to that Diddy scandal has come out strong for Cam. It's not going to help Orlando turn red. You're not. Orlando, we are, basically here in Orlando, all you're trying to do is get as many red votes as you can in a very blue city. We are a blue city. True story. Guys, let's go to the celebration because I have a special one for you today. If you're familiar with the show, if you're brand new to the show, by the way, like this. If you're watching the replay, like the video, comment below, replay gang, or do drop a comment before you head out the door, of course. And if you're brand new to the show or brand new to the channel, please subscribe. It's a free thing to do. Click the subscribe button. We do fun stuff here at Follow the Bradleys. Fun. And we have something very, very fun for you today. We have a celebration. What we do is anytime we get gifties. So gifties are what? Super chats, super thanks, super stickers, support from you guys so that we can do what we love to do for you because you're the energon that makes me transform and roll out. We like to celebrate you. So if it's gifted memberships, if it's super chats, super thanks, super stickers, if it's PayPals, I hear it come through on the PayPal. And by the way, I think we got some. We got a big one today, right? Oh, yeah. Look at that. Thank you, Nita. Look at this. We're going to put it on the screen. Nita, God bless America, and God bless y'all. Thank you so much. And Go and Shogi drops 5 new memberships. Just Nita, you're a member now, too. Thanks for Go and Shogi. Judy Mae Collins, Marketplace Boutique, Rachel's Adventures, and Xander Hannah, another Xanda. Whoa, Nita rules. Guys, check this out. We have a special celebration for you today. I think you're going to like this one. Are you guys ready to celebrate? Here we go. Yes. Thank you so much for the gifties from Go and Shogi, the 5 new members. Just Nita, that's a big one. We appreciate that. Happy voting day. Happy election day. Makes us all feel good and feel great about this country. And we are going to make America great again. And I have a friend backstage who's helping to make Germany great again. And that is, let's bring her to the stage, Miss Erica from Erica Unwrapped. Welcome in today, Erica.
Hi. Can you hear me?
I can hear you well, very well, very well, very well.
Good.
And I have changed my microphone position and I put it down below me now. So
I need a new mic.
I'm hoping that it comes in better. Yeah, I can hear your mic well. It's not like chopping out or anything, chopping off.
Yeah,
so.
it will. It
What
does
is
that.
behind you? It looks like a giant Mr. Potato Head. What is it?
Oh no, it does, doesn't it? It's just turkeys.
Oh, it's a turkey. Oh, it's a turkey. Okay, cool. Go.
At the house all ready for Thanksgiving now.
Nice. Now, does Germany have a Thanksgiving day, like their own Thanksgiving holiday? Like,
Not that I've ever been aware of. No.
Okay, so they don't have a day when they like when the what is it? It's not a prime minister. What is it of Germany? The who's the president, the ruler? It's not
Prime
chancellor anymore. It's not chancellor anymore, is it? Germany.
I don't know.
It used to be the grand chancellor.
It's hard to keep up because I don't speak
No, I was
the
just
language.
wondering if they have a presidential pardon of like the national bratwurst or something.
Oh gosh.
No, but okay. So the reason I wanted to invite you on the show is I want to know how you, as a military family and U.S. citizen living abroad, how does the vote work for you?
We vote via absentee ballot, and depending on your state, depends on how they work that. So for Florida, they can send us our ballots over email, but we have to print them, fill them out, and send them in by mail. And so we can't email it back.
So yeah, you have to print it. You have to, and what state do you vote in? Like, what's your home state?
For us, it's Florida. That's our home of record. Okay. So every person who's DOD or is overseas on any kind of orders, even if you're a contractor, you have a home of record. That is your state legal residence. That would be the state that you file your taxes out of at the end of every year. And we have an H&R block on most military installations, or you can go to the base legal office and they can do your taxes for you. Unless you want to do it yourself, you can do it. There's TurboTax, H&R block. We have the same options as you guys do in the States.
Okay, cool. So, and then when do you have to send that? Like, what's your final day that you can mail it in that you'll know it will get here on time?
So for Florida in particular, it had to be sent out. The timestamp needed to be, I believe it was before 5 days before before election day, as long as the stamp date didn't exceed the 7th. And even then there's like a late they give you a grace period, but I never really, we always submit ours early.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I was thinking that, because sometimes I know in past elections, my understanding is even if the votes come in on time, if they know after the fact, like if they know after election night that those votes would not be enough to swing the election one way or another, they may not count them. That's my understanding, is that I don't know if all the votes get counted afterwards or not, if they're not going to sway the election one way or the other.
That's one thing I've never fully understood either. I thought once, midnight hit, on, was it like the following day, like that was it. I didn't think anywhere kept counting after that deadline.
Was that during the last election cycle in 2020, they stopped in key swing states, they stopped counting the votes at 10 p.m. And then all of a sudden at 3 a.m. the next morning, there was batches and batches and batches of ballots that were dumped from
Yeah,
trucks.
then all of a
It was
sudden
really,
votes
really weird
counted.
because somehow all of those ballots that came in at 3 a.m., they all went the same exact direction. I wonder why that happened. I don't know. I'm sure it was all legal. You know, it's funny because everyone says that last election was legal and all that. And I'm like, you know what that reminds me of is if you've ever watched Star Wars, and it's like it's episode 1 of Star Wars, The Phantom Menace,
Mm.
and there's this little exchange between the Palpatine, who's not even an emperor yet, he's just a senator, and he's like secretly an evil guy, but they don't know yet. And so he's a senator, and so he has some sway in the Senate, but then he's, as an evil guy, he's working with these other guys, and they say to him, is that legal? And he goes, I will make it legal. I'm like,
Yeah,
and I'm like, you know,
Velocipaster
that
it.
reminds me of the 2020 election because there were all kinds of rules and laws that were changed within the last 2 months before the election relating to COVID, right?
Yeah.
And they made a lot of things legal that I don't know were necessarily the same legalities beforehand. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, the last election was legal, but that doesn't make it 100% legitimate. Just makes it legal. But regardless of that, we've got this election, and I think a lot of laws have been changed, a lot of rules have been changed, some change back. I voted here in Florida today. As a matter of fact, I wanted to go get my voting sticker. I have it somewhere. It's on the thumbnail. I'm not
Oh, yeah,
wearing
I saw
at
it.
the moment.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh, no, it was a picture on X, I think, or was it Facebook? I can't remember. I
it
just
might have been
remember there was a
Facebook.
picture somewhere,
I
and
have it
I
on
saw
Instagram. As a matter of fact, I was going to do that. I was going to show. Here, let me do my presentation. Share the screen. Let's go to photos. Okay, I'm going to share this, and we'll go over here. And this was my morning at 7 a.m. There we go. 7 a.m. This is my voting precinct. And I love that my voting precinct is in a church. And when you go in, you're voting, you're literally looking at the pulpit. So you've got your little voting booth, and then it comes up here, and you look above it, and there's the pulpit and like a stained glass thing of Jesus and the cross. And you're like, I think I better do this right. I'm like, could they guilt you and shame you? And I'm like, but you're in Orlando, so none of these people care. So
Yeah.
we are very, very, very blue here.
Yeah, I
And
know.
I'm very well aware of that fact. But a lot of people asked me, why is it that I vote on election day? Why did I not go early? And so I wanted to show this. That's the line at 7 a.m. But it's the line for 2 different voting precincts. So there's not just one, but 2 different voting precincts that vote here. And that was the number of people lined up at 7 a.m. for 2 different precincts. So literally, and I got in the back of the line, then they showed me that my precinct was actually to the right. This one over here, the door that you see people standing close to, that one is a different precinct than mine to the left. And they have maybe, I want to say they have like 6-7 voting booths set up for each precinct. Not a whole lot. So the reason I don't early vote is because the early voting location is the library just down the street. And every single day of early voting, the line all day long is out the door and around the corner. And it's about an hour to hour and a half long wait just to vote if you're doing early voting here. If you vote on the day of, there's so many precincts available to you that typically on the day of, it's just not a long line. It's just like in and out. So 7 a.m. I got in there and I was in the door at 7 a.m. I was out the door having finished voting at 7:30. And
Oh,
the
wow.
ballot. So you and I had the same ballot, the Florida ballot.
Yeah.
It was
Mhm.
four pages long. Do you get the long one? Like, is yours the long? Like ours is like that really long ballot. Like it's not
Well,
8 and
because
a half.
it was only 2 sheets that needed to be, like, the ballot itself was on, like, 2 separate pieces of paper when it was printed, and it
Yeah.
could be it's on a different format when you're printing it at the ballot, and
Well,
then,
ours was on
like
2 sheets, but it was 2 sheets back and front.
oh,
So
they
it
did
was,
do back I was wondering if they didn't do back and front because I wasn't sure if you could do that, so I just printed on all separate sheets,
okay. So
um,
we had 2 sheets back and front, and they were long. Like, so you had
yeah.
president, senator, and then
Mhm.
a
All the
crud load of
judges. Yeah.
judges. I'm like,
I know.
I don't know any of these people, so I'm going to vote all of them out. But most people will vote
No,
to
I
retain the
I
judges.
did searches. I just Googled, and then there was the, RNC, at least for Hillsborough County, because we're specific to Hillsborough County. So the
Mhm.
judges I was voting for were specific to that county
Right.
and that circuit court. Um,
And
so
I'm
I did,
Orange County, so yeah, so I had all those judges for that. Um, One of the people I voted for happens to also have the exact same name as my brother-in-law, Jose Martinez. So until I came back home and I said, "Baby, I voted for your brother-in-law," but she's like, "But he lives in Colorado, and he's not yet a U.S. citizen. He's here legally, but he's not a U.S. citizen yet."
mm,
So that's interesting. But that was the precinct this morning, and then let's see if I can go to the next uh, photo. Okay, so that's me getting in line, and you can see the line's not particularly long. And then that's after I voted right there. Vote, 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 vote. Oh, these are
I've seen
markers.
those.
Yeah, these are markers
Yeah.
of people that have passed away. So I'm assuming these were the extra Democrat ballots.
Oh, I thought it was okay, so there's
I'm joking. That's a kid. I'm just kidding.
oh, okay, I thought it was for aborted babies.
I don't know. I hope not. It
Because
could be.
there used to be, I don't know if it's still around, it was like this traveling ministry, and you would see little tiny crosses just like that in front of churches, and it was like a sign out,
Yep.
and it would say something to the effect of, "This is how many babies are being aborted today," and there was, like, the
Hey,
equivalent amount, something like that, yeah. It was a
oh, that's
pro-life
horrible.
thing.
That's very possible. This is a Lutheran church, but I never really looked closely at them. That would be sad. Um, and these are pictures of, I did not vote for Darren Soto. He's a nice guy, by the way. He's a very nice guy, but not the same side as me. But I will say this about Darren: super nice guy. He is probably a little different than the rest of his party, but not the direction that I went. But I like him. I'm not necessarily. I wouldn't say that I'm against him or anything like that. But these are just. I don't know who Andrew Bain is, state attorney. They also voted. My county wanted us to vote for having a county lawyer. Like, it's not a
Interesting.
position right now. And I'm like, no, I don't think we need more lawyers. I voted against it.
Like a DA? Like a district attorney?
Yeah, but for the county, like a county attorney.
That's
So
interesting. I never heard of that.
exactly, it's made up. So no on 3. No on 3 is very important to me. Even though Trump is a yes on 3, I'm a no on 3, which is the legalized recreational use of marijuana, because I don't want it everywhere.
Oh, yeah, I voted no on that. Actually, all 3 of us voted no on that, mainly because of what I have heard what happened in Colorado since legalizing.
Colorado, California, all of
It
these
hit their
states that have voted
economy.
that.
it has hit their economy hard. You think it's expensive now to live in Florida? If that gets in, it's only gonna get worse.
Yeah.
The economy is gonna get even more expensive. I don't know what it is about legalizing marijuana that does that to to an economy, but it does.
And then this
And then
one I
it
voted
really worse.
no on because I believe in protecting women, right? And people,
Yeah.
what does that mean, protecting women? Well, because you're protecting millions and millions and millions of future women so
Yeah.
that they actually have lives in the first place.
Exactly.
And also everything that was all the advertisements that were pro for are filled with lies, tons and tons of lies. If you need health care and you're a woman and you're not going to have a viable child, you're going to get the health care for it regardless. If that child's not going to be viable, if it's going to be like a ectopic pregnancy or something like that, you're going to get the health care for that. It's no ifs, ands, or buts. And by the way, ectopic.
I highly recommend looking up Dr. Abby Johnson. She is a she's a former Planned Parenthood director. She was a director for 8 years. And
I follow her on everything.
She has exposed over and over again the lies by omission and the way they obfuscate and the way they manipulate the statistics and just the way they lie and they phrase things and they word things to make it sound like this is our reproductive rights when it's not. Women, we already have all the healthcare and choices that we would want and need. So this thing that I'm being told what I can and can't do with my body by the government, it doesn't exist. It's a lie.
No, but your husband was. Your husband was told what he could and could not do with his body because
I know, and he's very
when he was 18. When he was 18, he had to register for selective. No, I'm talking about selective service. Every male United States citizen, not females. Females do not have to do this, is my understanding. Males have to register for selective service. Okay, selective service when you're 18 means that if there's a draft, you have no choice. They will draft you. In other words, you're basically giving your body up to the government to do whatever it is that they want to do with it should they so choose to enact the draft. And that's only for men.
I mean, he joined the military anyway, so it was kind of
but he joined on his own, and that's voluntary. But I'm saying that the selective service is involuntary. It is a law. You will go to jail, or they can do something to you against you if you don't do that. So and look at this. Nita says pot farms greatly pollute the water around them. Honestly, for me, it's the simple fact it just stinks. it just does. It smells so bad.
It's like burnt grass, like burnt sod.
It smells like skunk, like burning skunk.
Yeah, that's
and we already have too many people around where I live that do it, and I get that there is medicinal use. I am totally down with medicinal use. You put that in a gummy, you're good. Hey, Dylan Soup is out there. Hitchhiking Bones. Howdy, y'all. What's up, Hitchhiking Bones? Going to vote within the hour. Yeah, Hitchhiking Bones is a good channel to follow, Erica. So,
cool.
Yeah. And so, yes, Erica and I are talking about devoting today. And I'm going to use this as an opportunity to go get something. So let's show those gifted memberships by Going Shogi and this amazing super from Just Nitas. Thank you so much. And we are going to do today's special one day only celebration. I think that is so funny. And I literally put that together, finished it, and uploaded it with 9 minutes before the show started this
Oh
morning.
gosh.
So,
Gosh.
yeah, it was not super. It wasn't super difficult, but it wasn't super easy. It's just those things take a little bit of time. But yes. So here's the thing: will Disney allow smoking pot in their smoking area? No. Here's the thing: the
That's
way
funny.
the way the amendment is written, they're not allowed to stop it. The amendment is written in such a way that if you read through the amendment, you realize there's like a provision in there where they cannot prohibit it anywhere. Now, it's not written very well. That's one of the problems that I have with it. If it said, hey, it's like, right, the way it's written is it's 21 and over, right? I read that part, but there's a provision in it that says no entity can stop, and it's written in such a way to make you think that you can't stop people from doing it, but it's also written that you cannot prohibit it in various areas. And I'm like, it's not a very well written. Also, you have to think these are constitutional amendments, not just laws. So you got to look at, like, you're literally amending the state constitution of Florida. And with any amendments, I'm always skeptical of actually amending the state constitution. So I am always a no that would have to be swayed to a yes on any constitutional amendment, simply because that's a very, very, it's not easy to amend the Constitution. It does take 60% of the electorate to do it. And I almost wish that Florida it was more difficult to amend the Constitution. Like it is with the United States Constitution. It's difficult to add an amendment to the Constitution. So Going Shogi says, you can't smoke it in public in California. They won't arrest you, but you'll get a ticket and they'll take what you have. Of course, yeah, the cops are all like,
free weed.
Dude, man, I'm just not feeling it today. Let's go give that guy a ticket, dude.
Who brought the donut?
Dude. I have a friend.
Bill over here is on donut duty.
Donut duty. Dude, I just stopped by Dunkin'. We're gonna get all those donuts, man. I have a friend, and it's weird to say he's a friend, but he's I love this guy, great guy. He and I probably think very differently when it comes to politics. So I don't really care. But he's very well known now because he's got a special on Netflix, 2 seasons, I believe. I can't remember the name of it. But he's with who's the guy that starred in High School Musical?
Oh, Zac Efron.
Okay, so he's got a special with Zac Efron on Netflix where they go around the world and they talk about healthy eating and healthy food. And his name is Darren O'Lean. And Darren and I, like, we've sat next to each other, and like we really hit it off when we first met. He's the creator of a product called Shakeology, and he's very into the whole health thing, way more than I am. He's been around the world to find the most premium ingredients for things, like just super. He's like the god of superfoods. Like, he's everything about superfoods. This guy knows. He's the world's foremost expert on superfoods, and he totally talks like a surfer dude. Like, this is his voice. I've imitated him in front of him before, so it's pretty funny. But it's like, yo, what's up, Darren? Are you having like a totally awesome day, dude, or what? Like, it's even. And he's a great guy. I love Darren O'Lean. But it's so funny that because it was long after I met him, like 5 years after I met him, that his show showed up on Netflix. Very sad thing. He lives in Malibu. And while he was taping the show and he was overseas taping the show, his house in Malibu burnt down.
Geez.
Yeah. It was tough. He lost a lot of stuff, but he's, good guy. He's recovered. Why the hell are people pushing so hard to abort fetuses and smoke weed? I don't know. We live in a weird day and age. Like, I get the idea of a country that promotes freedom. Okay. But also, if you're promoting freedom, you should also promote things like correct mental health. If you are trouble with your mind. If I'm living, how do I say this? If I have schizophrenia, there's a very good chance that I don't see the reality around me as it actually exists, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I may make something up about my life that I truly believe, but is complete
Yeah.
falsehood. I'm not even really lying because I don't believe it. But what we don't do for schizophrenics is we don't change our lives to match their lie. Okay. So when other people who have a different type of mental illness lie about who they are, what their bodies are, it's not up to us as society to change our lives to match their lie. Just like a schizophrenic needs certain, you know,
Treatment and
treatment, medication, whatever to help them out. That's what we should be doing for people with a very similar type of illness where they don't live in the reality that they were given at birth. And it's scary. It's really, really, really frightening. And then when you go a step further and you allow like biological large men in boxing matches with women in the Olympics, for example, and they beat the snot out of these women, they could literally beat them to death. Like a guy who is my size, I'm 6'3", 260 pounds, right? 65. Going up against a 5'2" woman in boxing, that would be completely unfair.
All it takes is one strong blow to the frontal lobe of the brain, and you can literally kill somebody just right here. With enough force, you can kill them.
Yeah, and the worst thing about all of that is we have movies today that promote that women are just as strong, equally as strong, stronger than men. So you have a lot of movies where women are superheroes, right? Or super spies or whatever, and they're doing Krav Maga or different types of martial arts or whatever, and they go up against guys, and the movies show them beating up the guy. But there's a truth, a physical truth, that when a woman attempts to do that in real life, even if the guy's not that skilled, he will probably take her down just because you only have limited force. Your bones, your physicality, all of that has a limited force no matter what you believe in your head. If you try to punch through a brick wall and you truly believe that you can punch through the brick wall, you will break your hand. That's what will happen. Okay? Because reality is real.
That's what we call objective truth.
Yeah, it just is what it is. By the way, I've got my sticker now. So
I'm surprised it's not red, white, and blue with the little.
No, it's because if you look at it, it says Orange County, Florida. So it's orange. It's always been like that. They don't do the red, white, and blue sticker here, but I will put this somewhere here. There.
I don't know why women have to be so offended at, this whole mentality of equality with men. I'm perfectly fine. I was always taught men and women are to be complementary to each other, not that one's any better than the other.
No, I mean, that's the thing.
I mean, you may be able to kick my rear end, but guess what? I can pull a 10-pound baby out of my.
Let's hope you're not pulling it out yourself. Yeah, no, it's true. Women do have a higher threshold for pain because of that, and also
I don't know if I believe that, but not there.
Physically, there's actually a miraculous thing that happens with a woman's body to do that. And I won't go into all of the physicality,
biology behind it, but yeah,
right. I know what it is, but regardless of that, the point is, you're exactly right. Men and women are two puzzle pieces made to fit together to make a perfect puzzle, right? So it's a complete, what's the old adage? You complete me.
Yeah, for men to work together, not like compete against each other. I mean, I can't stand this. What's pitting? You're essentially pitting human beings against human beings for the most stupidest materialistic reasons nowadays.
Did you ever see Jerry Maguire?
I haven't. It was so over hyped, and I love
I
Sneak
know I
Trips.
didn't see it when it first came out, but I saw it like
Yeah,
later on.
and then I never got around to seeing it because I just
Well, there's the famous two lines from it where it's
Mhm.
the "You complete me," right?
Yeah.
That's a big one that came from it, and then of course where Renee Zellweger's "You had me at hello."
Yeah.
Right? Okay, the reason I'm bringing that up is I was thinking of that because of what you said, the complete me thing. But I think
Mhm.
so. I think it was my first visit to New York. I don't think it was my second. I think it was my first visit to New York City. This was 2008. It was winter, and I was there. I was walking past some building, and I hear this voice to my right. I'm going, why do I know that voice? I know that. I know that person. And I look over and I see her, and I'm like, I know her. Where do I know her from? And about 2 seconds later, after she passed me, I realized, oh, that was Renee Zellweger.
Oh,
And she
wow.
was like, it was just like right, like 2 feet away from me. But in New York, celebrities
Mhm.
just live their lives and they're going about their
Yeah.
day and doing whatever. Um, there were several celebrities. I think I saw Noah Wiley playing with his kids in Central Park. He's a guy from ER and a couple other
Mhm.
things. He's not as well known, but I totally recognized him. And just let him play. And like he's just living his life like anybody else.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna, no reason to go up to him or anything. But yeah, it's just that's really I think the way we should be in the United States is people are people. The
Exactly.
the celebrity part of their life is part of their job.
Right.
So I don't care what they necessarily believe politically or anything else. Everybody should just be able to do their job. And
Mhm.
and I do understand that recognition is part of being a celebrity, so they kind of have to accept that. But while they accept it, the people who do want to meet them or see them in public or whatever should be respectful about it. If you see them in a
Mhm.
place where you can be respectful about how to approach them, and you like Stephen Covey. Do you remember you know who the author is? Stephen Covey wrote 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Mhm.
Okay, so very famous author. I think he's passed now. I very much knew who he was, and I saw him in a restaurant in Salt Lake City. And I very kindly and politely went up to him and said, "Hey, I really appreciate your work, your book. I just want to meet you, Mr. Covey." He goes, "Oh, well, very nice to meet you. What's your name?" And we exchanged names, shook hands, and it was a very, very nice, cordial, polite, pleasant exchange. I didn't want to interrupt his dinner or anything like that, and I knew, and that was it. It was like literally maybe 10, 15 seconds, and then I went back to my table, sit down. But he was a nice guy. I didn't ask to take my picture with him or anything. I don't care about that kind of stuff,
Mhm.
um, because we're all people. But I just think it's something that we should be cognitive of,
Yeah.
because if we're that in a celebrity situation, and the reason I'm bringing it up is no matter what the results of this election are, no matter how your friends voted, we shouldn't be at each other's throats
Mm-mm.
because of politics. I think it's ridiculous.
I don't really put it out on my personal social media which way I swing. I mean, for the most part, if you know me, you know which way I swing, but I don't sit there and, like, overly advertise it either. It's just not necessary. I mean, I'm not gonna go out there and it's sad that it's like that because so many years ago, you could openly say nobody cared. You could still have conversation and discourse. Now it's just as golly, it's just as offensive
Well, nobody wants to.
as yeah, it's really kinda crazy how it's gotten like that.
Wait, did Nita go away? I didn't see. I'm just looking up the chat and oh, still there. Okay, good. Just what does this say? Nita, just summon your inner mad eye Moody. Anyhow, well, it's kind of cool. I invited you on because I wanted to find out how you guys vote in Germany. You let me know, like you're
Mhm.
in Florida, mail in. My sister lives in Amsterdam. I
Oh, that's
don't
right.
know if she's registered to vote in Missouri. She's got dual citizenship. Actually, she told me she can vote in the Netherlands, but she's not a citizen. but there's some type of registration where you don't have to be a full citizen if you're something like a legal resident. And as a legal resident, she has the right to vote, but not in national elections, only in local elections. So that's interesting.
In the Netherlands, or
In the Netherlands,
interesting.
she can vote within the jurisdiction in which she lives for those local elections, but she can't vote
just
for
not
anything
national.
national.
Okay.
So I thought that was an interesting thing on her part, because that's she lives in the Netherlands, but she's still an American citizen.
Yeah.
And I asked her about dual citizenship, and she doesn't actually have dual citizenship. I asked her about that recently. So very, very interesting. Going Shogi says, there is not a single celebrity I care about. If I saw them in person, I couldn't explain how disinterested I'd be. There are some, only because I've worked with them and they're really nice, like Dean Cain, great guy, super nice to work with. Wanted to meet him simply because I was such a fan of his Superman back in the day. And now I've worked with him and been in a movie with him, and it was some of the he's funny. He's funny. I had to have my character in that movie had been a victim of human trafficking and was rescued. And now my character rescues other people from human trafficking. Well, human traffickers often put tattoos on their victims, and we did not have good tattoos. We had these really almost Cracker Jack box level tattoos. So I had this one on my shoulder here of like a fireworks, but it was like glittery and stuff. It didn't look anything like what a real tattoo should look like. And he saw that and he goes, nice tattoo, buddy. It was just really, really funny the way.
Is this the movie that's on? Was it Pluto TV?
It's on Amazon. It's on Tubi.
Tubi.
It's on Tubi, and it's also, and you can actually see it on YouTube. So
we have Amazon. It's just the German Amazon. I don't know if it'd be on that one.
Well, it should be on YouTube. Not for Sale, Florida is what it's called.
Okay.
And I play a real person. The person I play in the movie is based on a real person with a given a different name in the movie so that you don't know who he is in real life. But I play the role of Tim, who was a gay man and was trafficked by starting with his professor in college. This is all real. I've met the guy and I've talked to him and I've heard his story, and he got out of it, and he was rescued by this organization, and that's what the movie was done for, is to kind of help promote this organization so that people know that it exists, and this lighthouse or something. Anyway,
I never heard of it. Did it go to theaters, or was it just like a small budget movie?
A small budget movie, for sure. But people could buy it for $9.99 on Amazon, I think. But I mean, it's also free. So I mean, the biggest thing that we wanted to get out of it is that get the word out about this organization. So let me see if we got any more. I'm just looking at the chats right now. Nita says, gotta go do at the polls for my serving job and time. Get my barbecue. Love to y'all. Blessings. God bless America. Bye-bye. Send you down the road. Thank you so much, Nita, for your love today. And let people know. People have gone crazy. That's what that is. LOL. People have gone crazy. It's what's the movie called? Just got here. The movie is called Not for Sale, Florida. Go and Shogi, do me a favor. Look up, go to YouTube, look up Not for Sale, Florida. And I think you'll be able to find it with Dean Cain. It's about 59 minutes long, so you can see the timestamp. And if you can put that link in the chat, I would appreciate that. And then people can find the movie easily. Before we head out the door, let's again go and Shogi. Awesome. Thank you so much for the memberships, for the gifties. Nita, thank you so much. That was an incredible blessing today. And for that, of course, we have our very special. Depending on how things go, this might last for more than one day. But right now, this is.
I was going to say, if it goes the way we think it might, you might be doing it
We might be doing it tomorrow. Well, let's hope. Let's hope that I can make this last a little bit longer than just today. But for today, here's our celebration. Yay! Yes, Go and Shogi put that up there. So there's his Not For Sale, Florida. And that is the movie that I play Tim in that movie. I come in, I think, after about 20, 25 minutes, and I'm pretty much in the rest of the movie. So it was a pretty good sized part for me, interacting with Dean Cain and everybody else, and it was awesome. And I also have a vlog on this channel of when I went to the premiere of that movie. So that was also interesting.
Just for me, 2022. Wow.
Yeah. So the movie just came out. We filmed it mostly in 2021. Actually, I think the premiere was 2023. The official, well, it came out late in 2022, and then we did the official premiere was a little bit later than the movie actually came out. The movie was out for a little bit. And so the premiere, I think we went to in January or February of 2023, and that vlog is on the channel. And there's a lot more Dean Cain in that vlog. And there's actually there's one thing for members only of an interaction that I had with Dean Cain on the channel. So if you haven't seen it yet, it is where I ask Dean Cain a question, sitting right next to him. And I said, Mr. Cain, how is it that with so many people in Hollywood clearly seeming to go the wrong way in life, if you will, how did you end up not falling into that whole deal? He talked about his faith, and he talked about his dad, and talked about his family structure. It's really cool. So if you're a member of the channel, go find that. It's very cool. Check that out. I have a great deal of respect for Dean Cain, and he works his butt off because he does a lot of independent movies now, and he's probably working every single day, but like somewhere different. Although it was funny, his son Christopher, he's super nice, and Christopher and I, we were alone one time, like just across the table from each other, having a chat for like half an hour, and then it was really funny because at the end of it, he's like, well, I got to go with my dad now. We're taking off in the jet and going to Spain. I'm like, oh yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot the whole time I'm talking to somebody that has a decent amount of money because they have a villa. They own a villa in Spain. Yeah. I'm like, take me with you, or just give me some of the money. It'd be great. I want to be, I would like to be famous at that level where you have the money. People know who you are generally, but generally speaking, you're not one of the big celebrities. People don't clamor around you. So
you still have a private life, but you still can enjoy what you do and pay the bills.
Exactly. I would love that. Erica, what do you got going on your channel?
Well, you pulled me to the computer, so I was sitting on the couch and I got your message. I was like, yeah, I need to get on the computer anyways. I'm editing our Halloween night video.
Ooh.
And so was another video. Oh yeah, and I deconstructed our bride, the Haunted Mansion bride, so I could
Oh yes,
show you
very, very cool.
show you guys how I put her together. So I technically am editing 2 videos. Not sure when they're gonna come out because this Halloween video, I really want it to be nicely edited. So, because this may very well be our last Halloween here, so I kinda wanna make this a nice memorable, video
Oh yes, of course, of course.
family.
It's hard. It's hard. People don't know until you get into editing. You're like, oh, look, this like a half an hour long video for me will usually take 2-3 days of like silly, solid 8 hour day editing.
Yeah, it takes me about 10 hours, and that's for, like, a what, 20-minute video, maybe
Yeah,
15 minutes.
it can be.
It's so tedious, like, but, I mean, it's fun. It's
I know.
fun.
That's the thing. I
It
get into it and I enjoy it.
mm.
But yeah, so I understand that. Well, I'm looking forward to the Halloween stuff and seeing how you did your. What is it? Is it Constance Hashaway?
Yeah, my version of her,
Okay.
and we'll have some Christmas stuff coming out because all the Christmas merch is out in the stores now. The Germans are knee deep in the season,
If you need me
and
to narrate the non-copyright version of "Welcome, foolish mortals, to the haunted mansion. I am your host.
well,
Your
I'm
guest."
getting interesting information about that. When Paul piped me in on his live on Halloween, I asked him, I was like, "Okay, so we do play Haunted Mansion attraction music. Do I need to cut? Do I need to, like, nix the music?" And he's like, "No, no, we should be okay as long as it's attraction music." I'm like, "Okay." But
It's not the haunted mansion.
but isn't it not copyrighted? I'm so
It is
confused.
copywritten, so I haven't been able to monetize. Okay, so I have. I'll have to get with you about how to handle that because there's a way that I figured out how to handle it. But yes, every time
Or
I
should I just send you all of my Halloween footage and you edit it for
I
me?
that's taking so much time. I'd love to, but yeah. Anyway, I don't want to make promises I can't keep.
No, no.
Uh,
You do.
I myself, I'll be on the pro show later today at noon. So at noon o'clock, look for me on the pro show. But I got to get right off right now because we are going to head over to Culture Casino. Everybody, head over to Culture Casino. It's an automatic redirect. Tell them you came in from Follow Bradley's Fun. Your rating. If you haven't done so yet, get out and vote today. Make your voice heard. And you're either voting keep the America the same as it is or maybe make it great again.
Yeah.
That's all up to you. But I just want us to be in a free and fair and loving, wonderful country. And that's all. That's really, really it. Thank you again so much for Nita and for Go and Shogi. You guys are awesome. We appreciate you so much. And thank you so much, Erica and Raf. Well, the Erica part of Erica and Raf
Yeah, I know.
for being here
I
today.
promise he's not a ghost.
I know. I've seen him. But until next time, we'll see you real soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao. Bye.
Bye.